So, yun. Yung topic namin ngayon is symmetrical parabolic curve tsaka unsymmetrical parabolic curve. Una muna yung symmetrical parabolic curve. Symmetrical parabolic curve does not necessarily mean the curve is symmetrical at L2. Yun nga, pag sinabing symmetrical, hindi meaning nun, parang not necessarily mean that the curve is symmetrical at L2. Parang ganun, hindi siya symmetry sa L2, L over 2. It is simply means that the curve is made up of a single parabolic curve. So, pag pag sinabing symmetrical parabolic curve, parang hindi siya double o triple, basta lang siya. Single parabolic curve, single vertical parabolic curve. So, makikita mo na dito sa figure yung mga niya. Yung parang label ng ito summit curve. Nandiyan yung H1, yung H1, yan. Tapos H2, yung mga kadalasang ginagamit pag magsasolve ng symmetrical parabolic curve, yung S1, G1, S2, yan, makikita nyo yan dyan. Tapos yung length of a curve. So yung length of a curve, siya, parang horizontal siya sa PC to PC to PI, PI to PT. Yan. So dito naman yung mga formulas ng symmetrical parabolic curve. So banan. So pag kukunin mo yung rise over run, pag A G1 siya, parang yun lang yung mag-iiba doon. Pag B naman, G2 yung gagamitin mo times length of a curve. Yun lang. Tapos pag neglecting the sign of the G1 and G2 naman, kunwari S1 hinahanap, sa taas lang yung magbabago dito, yung G1 lang. Pag S1, G1, tapos pag S2, G2, tapos times length of a curve, tapos over G1 plus G2 lang. Ganun din sa S2. Pag vertical distance area under the grade diagram naman, pag H1 yung hinahanap, G1 lang yung gagamitin mo, tsaka G1 S1. Tapos pag H2 naman, gagamitin lang G2 H2. Yun. Yan lang yung mga parang pangunahing formula ginagamit sa symmetrical parabolic curve. So dito naman tayo sa mga examples. So a grade of negative 4.2% grade intersects a grade of 3.0% at station 11 plus 488 of elevations of 20.80 meters. These two center grade lines are to be connected by a 260 meter vertical parabolic curve. So yung unang hinahanap sa A, at what station is the cross drainage pipes be situated? So yung solution dyan, ito lang. So kukunin mo muna yung S1. So S1 over 0.042 yung yung negative 4.2%. Yan. Shift. Okay. Alpha equals lang, tas 260. Yung 260, ito yan, 130 plus 130 meters. Tas over 0.042 plus 0.03. Yan. Ito yun. Shift. Tas shift solve mo lang yan, makukuha mo na S1 dito. 151 151, basta 1 yan, 0.67. meters. Yan na yung S1. Kasi gagamitin natin yung S1 para dito sa baba. So, para makuha mo yung D equals S1. Yan. Minus 130. Yung kukunin mo isang kalahati niyan. Tapos equals 151. Ito na yung S1. Yung karugtong lang. Tapos minus 130. Yan. Tapos makukuha mo na yung D. 21.67 meters. So, dito naman in sa condition, the cross drainage pipe should be at the lowest point of the curve. Stationing of the lowest point indicated as a point A in the figure. So, ista A equals sa ano, ista PI plus D. So, yung ista PI daw, ito. Tapos ito yung D. Yung, yan. Yung distance. Yan yung 21 point ano. 21.67. Yan. Yan yun. Tapos ano mo lang yan. I-substitute mo lang yung ano, yung value nila. So, ista PI, yung 11 plus 4 ay ito, 11,488 plus 21.61 equals 100 11,509.67. Tapos i-add mo lang siya sa ano, ista A. Yan. Tapos yun na yung result. Yung kung nasan yung nakapwesto yung ano, lowest point ng pipe. So, kaya dyan nakapwesto yung pipe kasi ano eh. Di ba pipe nga, kaya kailangan nasa ilalim siya ng ano, ng road. Siyempre, para nakatago siya. Kaya nandyan dapat nakapwesto yun. So, ito yung final answer dun sa letter B. A pa rin pala to. Ito naman sa B. What will be the invert elevation in the center of reinforced concrete pipe to be installed in 95 centimeters and the top of the culvert is 30 centimeter below the subgrade? So, yung solution naman dyan sa B. Kukunin mo lang yung ano, vertical distance ng ano, PC and PI. So, yung vertical distance nila is 130 times 0.02. Dito yung una. PC2 ano, PI. 130 yung distance nila. Times mo lang sa ano, sa G1. Yung 0. Yan yung 4.2%. Tapos makukuha mo na yung distance na ng dalawa. Tapos yung vertical distance between PC and P in the lowest point A. Gagamitin mo lang yung ano, yung 1/2 ng S1 tsaka 1/2 ng S2. S1 lang pala. Kukunin mo lang yung S1 dito, yung 151.67 meters. I-distribute mo lang. Tapos yun na yung makukuha mo na yung A1, 3.18 meters. Tapos sunod naman, elevation of invert. Yun na, i-substitute mo na yung ano, elevation A minus 0.30 minus 0.95. Tapos yung 23.08, yun yung elevation A. Tapos minus 0.30 mo lang, 0.95. Tapos yun na. Yung elevation of invert, 21.83 meters siya. Ito yun. Yung elevation A. Tapos ito naman yung invert niya. So, sa number 2 naman, A plus 0.8% grade meets at negative 0.4% grade. The two grades are to be connected by the parabolic curve 20-meter long. The maximum allowable change in grade per station is 0.2%. Determine the length of the curve. So, kahit wala nang graph, makukuha mo siya. Basta kabisado mo lang yung process ng formula. So, length of a curve over G1 plus G2 tapos times shape alpha equals 20 length of the curve tapos 0 point yung yung grade per station yan, tapos makukuha mo na yung length of a curve yan. Number 2 naman, a highway engineer must take symmetrical vertical curve where an interim grade of 0.80% meets an existing grade of 0.40% at station 10 plus 100, which has an elevation of 140.36 meters. If the maximum allowable change in grade per 20 meters station is 0.20 meters, what is the length of the curve? So, hinahanap lang din dyan yung length of the curve. So, in total, kukunin muna yung total change in grade. So, G1 minus G2 lang. So, 0.80 minus 0.40. Ito yan. Yung 40%, 0.40% tsaka 0.80%. So, kaya negative yan kasi minus para mag-positive. Tapos makukuha mo na yung total change in grade 1.20%. So, dito naman yung kasunod na process na yung total change in grade over change in grade per meter station. So, 1.20 over 0.20. Yan. Divide mo lang yun. Makukuha mo na yung N nya. Yung 6. Bali 6 station yun. Tapos, 6 times 20 mo lang yung 20 meters maximum change in grade per 20 meters yun 6 times 20 mo lang, tapos yung length of a curve is 120 meters. Ganun lang yung process niya. Tapos number 3 naman, a grade line AB having a slope of 5% intersects another grade line BC having a slope of negative 3% at B. The elevations of point A, B, and C are 95 meters, 105 meters, and 97 meters respectively. Yung una muna yung A, compute the distance of the highest curve from PC. So, ito naman sa A. The figure above place the parabolic curve in the middle half. So, kunin mo muna yung elevation PC. So, elevation A plus 50 times 0.5. So, ito yun. So, elevation A plus 50. Ito yun. 50 times 0.05. Ito yun yung 5%. So, equals 95 plus 2.5. So, yung pinaka-final answer niya, yung 95 plus 2.5 equals 95.5. So, distance from the PC to the summit. Yung S1, yun lang, over 0.05 lang. Dito yun yung 5%. Tapos, mo lang, alpha equals 100, yung pinaka yung length of a curve over 0.08. Tapos yun na, makukuha mo na yung S1, yung niya. Yun yung pinaka final answer, yung highest curve from PC. Tapos para naman sa letter B, determine the elevation of the summit of the 100-meter parabolic vertical curve to connect the grade lines. Di naman, yung process naman niya, kunin mo lang yung elevation PC plus 1 half S1 times 0.05. So, elevation PC, yung 97.5 plus 1 half lang times S1 times 0.05. Tapos yun, makukuha mo na yung elevation summit. Ito na yung elevation summit ng curve. So, yun lang para sa sa symmetrical parabolic curve. Yung introduction niya tsaka examples. Tapos sunod naman is yung unsymmetrical parabolic curves.
So yun, unsymmetrical parabolic curve. Using two or more parabolic curves placed adjacent to each other is called unsymmetrical parabolic curve. The symmetrical vertical curve is a parabolic arc that connects two tangents such as that their horizontal projections are equal. The unsymmetrical compound vertical curve consists of two parabolic arcs that connect two tangents with an equal horizontal projection. So, from PC, yan, PC to PT, yan po. So, proceed po tayo sa example. Problem number 1. An unsymmetrical parabolic curve has a forward tangent of positive 5%. The length of the curve on the left side of the curve is 40 meters long, while that of the right side is 60 meters long. The PC is at station 6 plus 780 and has an elevation of 110 meters. An outcrop is found at station 6 plus 800, has an elevation of 108.40 meters. So the conditions are: compute the height of the field needed to cover the outdrop. Number 2, compute the elevation of curve at station 6 plus 820. So solution, number 1, yung height of field needed to cover the outdrop. So kukunin muna natin yung value ng h. So to get that, magde-derive tayo. So 2h, kung nakikita nyo dito sa mismong pinaka picture nya. So h is equals to L1 times L2 times G1 minus G sub 2 over 2 L1 times L1 plus L2. So isa-substitute lang po natin yung value nun. So 40 6 times 60 times sa 0.05 minus negative 0.08 times over 2 times 40 plus 60. So kukumputin natin kung tama. So yun, tama siya, 1.56 yung h. So to get the value of y sub 1 naman, ganun din, i-equate din natin siya. So y sub 1 is equals to 1.56 times 20 squared over 40 squared. So lalabas ay 0.39. So ito po yung yan. From PC to B, yung elevation niya is 10.61 meters. Elevation from PC 110 meters. So elevation of B is equals to 110 plus 0.75 times 20 minus 0.39. So yung pag kinumpute natin yan, to double check, so tama. 110.61 meters. So depth of field at the outcrop. So ma-minus lang natin yun dun sa nakuha nating answer. So 110.61 minus 108.40. So yung depth of field natin, double check ulit natin. So 2.21 meters. So number 2 condition, elevation of curve at station 6 plus 820. So hinahanap yung elevation ng curve. So nandito yan, nandito rin yung solution. So at 6 plus 820. So hahanapin natin yung elevation niya. So ito, ang solution is elevation of C is equals to 110 plus 40 times 0.05 minus 1.56. So ito na yung pinaka-answer niya. Elevation of C is equals to 110.44 meters kapag kinompute. So proceed tayo sa second example. Problem number 2. Problem number 2. A forward tangent having a slope of negative 4% intersects the back tangent having a slope positive 7% at point V. At stations 6 plus 300 having an elevation of 230 meters. It is required to connect the two tangents with an unsymmetrical parabolic curve that shall pass through point A on the curve having an elevation of 227.57 meters at station 6 plus 270. The length of the curve is 60 meters on the side of the back tangent. So, sorry sa ubo. So, determine, yung conditions natin is determine the length of the curve on the side of the following forward tangent. So, number 2, determine the stationing of the highest point of the curve. So, solution, una na muna natin is yung length of the curve sa side ng following forward tangent. So, to get that, elevation B, ayan, kung nakikita niyo yung drawing, elevation B is equals to 230 minus 30 times 0.07. So, to double check, compute lang natin. Wala kasi kaming calculator dito. 230, calculator sa laptop. Times 0.07. So, tama. 227.90 meters. So, to get the y sub 1, ma-minus lang natin yung nakuha natin na elevation. So, 227.90 minus 227.57. So, y sub 1 is, yung y sub 1 natin is 0.33. So, to get the value of h, so, magde-derive din tayo ng formula, y sub 1 over x squared. So, is equals to h L sub 1 squared. So, substitute lang natin yung value nung mga yun. 0.33 over 30 squared is equals to h ng over 60 squared. So, yun. Shift solve lang natin siya sa calculator. So, lalabas is, ang h natin is 1.32 meters. So, to get the value of L sub 2, no? So, ganun din ang gagawin natin. Mag-ano rin tayo. Mag-shift solve din tayo. So, diretso na tayo dito sa may value na. 2 times 1.32 over 60 is equals to L sub 2 times 0.07 plus 0.04 over 60 plus L sub 2. So, yung nakikita nyo dyan, ito. No? In algebra siya. So, double check na natin yung sagot kung 40 meters. Alpha x is equals to 158.4. Chip solve 0. So, tama. Yung L sub 2 na nakuha natin is 40. Na-compute rather. 40 meters. So, condition number 2. So, stationing naman yung hinahanap. Stationing of the highest point of the curve. So, stationing of the highest point of the curve is L sub 1 times G sub 1 over 2. So, equals, i-substitute lang natin yung given value, 60 times 0.07 over 2. So, is equals to 2.1. So, greater siya than H. Therefore, the highest point of the curve is on the right side. So, nasa right side siya. So, kukunin natin yung S sub 2. Ganon din gagawin natin. So, dito tayo sa value. 0.04 times 40 squared over 2 times 1.32. So, double check lang natin. 0.4 40 squared over 0.04 40 squared 2 point. Awit, nabu talaga ako. Pasensyahan niyo na po. So, 24.24 meters from point of tangency. So, station, hanapin natin yung station of point of tangency is equals to 6 plus 300 plus 40. So, station of PT is equals to 6 plus 340. So, station of the highest point is equals to i-add lang na, i-minus lang natin yung nakuha nating sagot sa S sub 2. So, 6 plus 340 minus 24.24. So, station of the highest point is equals to 6 plus 315.76. So, yun. Nakuha na natin yung highest point niya. So, problem number 3. And last problem. A negative 3% grade meets a positive grade 5% near an underpass. In order to maintain the minimum clearance allowed under the bridge, at the same time introduce a vertical transition curve in the grade line. It is necessary to use a curve that lies 200 meters on the side of the vertex of the straight grade and 100 meters on the other. The station of the beginning of the curve is 200 meters. Yung side is 10,000 and its elevation 10 plus 000 or 10,000. And its elevation is 228 meters. So, determine the elevation at yung given condition niya. Determine the elevation at station 10 plus 0.40. Number 2, if the uphill edge of the underside of the bridge is at station 10 plus 220 and at elevation 229.206 meters, what is the vertical clearance under the bridge at this point? So, tinatanong yung vertical clearance niya. So, solution ng elevation at station 10 plus 40. So, kung makikita nyo sa drawing. So, to get the H, so yun, i-equate muna natin siya para makuha yung value ng H. So 8 over 300 is equals to 2h over 200. So ang makukuha nating sagot is 2.67. So double check na rin natin. 300 equals to 2 alpha x 200. Shift solve. So tama, 2.67 ang h na nakuha natin na value. So tama yung value niya. So ganun din sa y sub 1. I-equate lang natin. So y sub 1 over 40 squared is equals to 2.67 over 200 squared. So ganun yung malalabas niya. Ang final answer niya is 0.107. So elevation of station 10 plus 40 is equals to 228 minus 0.03 times 40 plus 0.107. So yung mga nakuha nating sagot, ano lang natin, ipa-plug in lang natin. So elevation of station 10 plus 40 is equals to 226.907. So number 2, clearance under the bridge. So yung tinatanong kanina, no, na vertical clearance under the bridge at this point. So kung makikita nyo sa drawing, ganun din ang gagawin. I-equate din natin siya para makuha yung y sub 2. Y sub 2 over 80 squared is equals to 2.67 over 100 squared. So ang answer is nung y squared y sub 2 is 1.721. So elevation of pi o point of intersection is equals to 228 minus 200 times 0.03. So elevation of pi is equals to 222 meters. This is the final answer. Sorry, takpan. Oh, ano nangyari? Sorry for that. So yun, elevation, final answer is 222 meters pi. So elevation of C, no, dito. Sa elevation of C, ganun din. I-plug lang natin yung nakuha nating value. So 222 plus sorry talaga. 222 plus 0.05 times 20. So final answer is sa elevation of C is equals to 223 meters. So ganun din sa elevation of D. Plug in lang natin yung nakuha nating sagot sa y sub 2. So 223 plus 171 is elevation of D is equals to 224.71 meters. This is the final answer. So vertical clearance na. So yun yung pinaka given o yung hinihingi dito na condition under the bridge at this point. So solution, vertical clearance H is equals to 229.206. Ma-minus lang natin yung nakuha natin sa elevation D para makuha yung vertical clearance ng H. So vertical clearance H is equals to 4.96 meters. So yeah. So nakuha na natin yung vertical clearance niya. So yun lang, that's all. Thank you.